Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Awakened Taurus 1111. This is the second video of a two-part video on the houses of astrology. This is going to go through the 7th through the 12th houses of astrology. Again, as I mentioned in the first video, a house is not a literal house. It's basically a collection or a breakdown of areas of your life. So early astrologers broke down areas of your life into 12 different sections, and each one of those sections is considered a house of astrology. So getting right into the 7th house of astrology is all about partnership and marriage. Now, again, as I mentioned in the first video, each house has a ruler. The ruler is the zodiac sign for that particular house. It's in the order of the zodiac wheel. So just like Aries shows up as the first zodiac sign, Aries is also the ruler of the first house, and so on all the way down the list until you get to the 12th house. The 7th house of partnership and marriage is ruled by Libra. So the house of partnership and marriage is exactly that. It's most specifically a man and a woman or a couple that is married in their home life. Now, partnership could also include business partnerships, career, and things like that. So Libra is the ruler of that house. As a Libran person, this becomes very important to them in their lives. Their home lives and their partnerships are very important. Their marriage. Not that a marriage wouldn't be important to anyone, but it just becomes more important for this type of person if your sun sign happens to be in Libra. The 8th house. The 8th house is the house of death and regeneration. The 8th house is controlled or ruled by the sign of Scorpio. In this house, this is all about death and rebirth, and not necessarily death always being someone dying, but death of a particular maybe cycle in your life, and then the rebirth of that new life and cycle coming through. So Scorpio rules this area or this house of astrology. In the Scorpio video, I mentioned some of this, but they really are about redefining and redeveloping themselves a lot of times throughout their lives, and becoming a new being or a new path that they forged before them. The 9th house of astrology is the house of mental exploration and long distance travel. This house is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a sign of higher education, of philosophy, of continuing that mental growth and shooting for the stars, if you will. They're also a sign of travel. They love to see different places of the world and get the experiences from those traveling destinations. So this house is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius. The 10th house is the house of career and public standing. This house is ruled by the sign of Capricorn. Career is very important to a Capricorn person that has the sun sign or zodiac sign in Capricorn. How they are seen in the public image, how they are seen outside the home. Whereas Cancer, the sign of Cancer is more home life or inside the home. Capricorn is the opposite, where they're more what are they in public. So however they can promote themselves and through growth, through education, through career developments, things like that are very important to a Capricorn person. The 11th house is the house of Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign of freedom and exploration. In this house, it's all about hopes and wishes and dreams. Whereas the Leo is more on short-term gain and pleasure and things like that in the house of Leo, the 5th house. This house is the opposite. This house is more long-term friendships, building those things in their lives. Those are all very important to Aquarius person as they rule this 11th house. And in the final house, the 12th house, is the house of secrets, sorrows, and undoing, self-undoing. This is probably the most misunderstood house of astrology. It is ruled by Pisces, but it's not all doom and gloom here. It's about figuring out life. Those gloom, how can I say this? Those dark points in our lives, those points where we're able to really discover who we are and where the depths of who we are is. So if you think about Pisces, Pisces is a water sign, and obviously a deep water sign. There's an old saying that still waters run deep. So if you think about within the person itself, it's that deep emotional place that some people may not even want to go to. But a Pisces is able to go to that place, and they have a really innate ability to just go into the imaginations of where they want to be. Sometimes it's too much as far as the imagination goes, but still it's their dreams, their hopes and aspirations of what they can be and what they can do. So they rule the 12th house. This is the second part of the 12 houses of this astrology. I've went through the first 6 in the first video, so if you've only watched this video, please go back and watch the first 6. If you have any comments or suggestions about the videos that I've been putting out, please put something down below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.